Hey guys, Break here, and as you can tell, I'm a bit excited. We just had the WoW expansion announcement and the hour-long Ian Hazzikostas big interview, well, big speech basically about all the new features, so that was kind of cool. But before all that, they announced vanilla WoW servers, legacy servers, coming to the game at some point, so that was kind of crazy, got a load of people excited. I know there is a huge Vanilla WoW community out there who are going to be very excited about this. So I wanted to give my thoughts on the pros and cons of this. I've never been one crazily for Vanilla WoW servers, but at the same time, Vanilla WoW was awesome and I probably will play them when they come out. Won't switch to them, but I will play them and check it out, see how it all was. It really should be pretty cool. However, I am slightly skeptical about the way they said it and the kind of vibes they were giving off. So they put this in the sort of World of Warcraft expansion announcement. So this was before any of the features were talked about by Ian. There was the WoW expansion, but before that, before even the new WoW expansion, there was the vanilla server announcement, and it came as such a surprise. I don't think anyone realistically was expecting this to happen. Maybe the last two BlizzCons, people thought it would happen because there was this huge uproar. But since then, a lot of the vanilla servers have been dying off. There's been some huge controversies on them. A lot of people have been fed up with the vanilla WoW community. Even people such as Asmongold, who are huge advocates of vanilla servers. Unfortunately, the vanilla server community are quite toxic, and even he got kind of fed up with them and the way they behave. Just a few individuals, not everyone of course, but they do kind of let that sort of community down. So a lot of people had forgotten about this, or at least it was not at the forefront of people's minds, and then suddenly Blizzard just hit us with it, just hit us bang. We saw Chromie, he was talking about, they were talking about ice cream, what's your favourite ice cream, vanilla, and everyone was like, what? No, surely not, they can't be doing this. I was tweeting about it, I was like, surely not, because I just couldn't believe it, because WoW has been doing really well at the moment, and it just seems such a strange time to announce them. But like I say, I'm really excited. I just think it was a strange time to announce them, and more strange is the fact that they then just didn't mention them. They hit us with the fact that they are working on vanilla servers, and they said working on. They talked about the fact that it was very hard to do. They had to get all of the sort of old systems sort of upgraded and everything kind of working. They made a specific point of talking about that, and then they just didn't mention anything else. Ian Hazzikostas did not mention it at all. He purely talked about the new expansion, completely ignored this whole fact of vanilla servers. So right here is the Chromie scenario, just kind of going back to vanilla times, and this was it. So we did get this cool cinematic. They could have not given us a cinematic, but it's basically just rewinding all the cinematics to vanilla and then saying like vanilla servers or whatever at the end. So very weird. This whole thing was just really weird, as I'm saying. I can't quite believe it that it's happening, and I would be very surprised if this is coming. Well, it definitely won't come before the new expansion. It definitely won't. And I would be surprised if it even comes with the new expansion. I would say it will come halfway through the next expansion. The reason I say this is that they just made no other mention of it, and they, like I say, they made a really big deal about how it was very hard to do. Now, I do want to talk about the pros of this, both, of course, for the legacy Vanilla WoW community, but also for the general game. Now, there has been absolutely no indication of how this is all going to work, but in my opinion, I believe it's going to be quite simply, you have to be subscribed to the main game, and then you have access to these legacy servers. They may even make you pay more for legacy servers, so say it's £10 per month for the main game, it will be another £5 a month if you want the legacy servers. I'm not sure if they do that. I think they would be in trouble if they did that. I think they'd make money from that, because I think a lot of people would still do it, but I can't quite see that happening. I think, personally, if you're subscribed to the main game, they will give you access to these servers. So that's my opinion. Like I say, no one knows exactly how it's going to work, but what it means is that anyone who wants to start playing vanilla, which there are loads, so many old players who are going to come back just for vanilla, that, like I said, there's a huge community out there. A lot of huge streamers such as Sodapoppin, the biggest WoW streamer basically. They are going to come back. They've said multiple times that they would, and they've even tweeted about it now. So it's obvious why Blizzard are doing this. They want more people to come back to the game. They want more hype around WoW in general. And like I say, if you have to be subscribed to the main game to play legacy servers, then Blizzard can use it in terms of their subscriber updates. They can say this many people are now playing the game. We're growing subscribers again. Which, you know, is good for them. But like I say, I think it's good for the people playing the main game. Because personally, I do not believe that many people will stick with vanilla. Vanilla was a hardcore game, guys. It was not easy to level. I'm pretty sure Blizzard will stick with exactly the same model, because otherwise people will complain. It was very difficult to level. It was very difficult to find groups for things. It was a very satisfying game, I think, when you were fully into it, and if you could manage to get into raiding. But to get to that point was very difficult, and it required lots of things, including lots of farming. And I do not believe many of the players, current players, or even returning players who want to try it out will stick with it for very long. However, think about this. They try out vanilla, they kind of like it, you know, they level up a character slowly, but obviously they get to like level 30, get a bit burnt out because it's taking so long. What do? Well, they're already subscribed, if it is this model, which I'm pretty sure it will be, they're already subscribed to the main game. So, hey, we can boost a character to level 110. Blizzard have already said that, so let's just boost that and get straight into the new content, level up quick and get straight into the crazy new content that Battle for Azeroth has to offer. Now, some of them will say, hey, this is for casuals, don't like this at all, and we'll return to vanilla, which is fine, whatever anyone wants to do. But a lot of people may well prefer it and say, hey, hang on, I've come back to WoW for vanilla, but actually looking at all the new systems and everything, I want to play the new expansion. So, in my opinion, this is going to be good for the new expansion, and I think more people will play it as a result. Like I say, will they make legacy servers come out with the new expansion? It will probably be with the new expansion or slightly after, in my opinion. I'm almost certain it won't be before, and I'm even quite doubtful whether it will be at the same time, because I can't see them rushing this out really. But I do think it's a genius idea on the half of Blizzard. I think it's going to bring back a lot of hype. Just the streamers that are going to come back and stream this thing, WoW is going to be near to the top of the Twitch channels where it belongs, instead of, you know, like 10th as it sometimes is nowadays. I think that's going to be awesome for the game. Streamers do bring back hype, whatever you say, and that is why Blizzard are doing this probably. The amount of players, like I said in another video, there's been 100 million, over 100 million people have played the game, and there's probably about, say, 6 million subscribed now, maybe more, maybe less, I have no idea, but that is a good 90 million plus who could come back to the game with this, you know, 90 million. Obviously most of those won't, but there's a good fair chunk who will, at least to try it. And that is just awesome for the game, because like I say, if they want to try vanilla, they're going to have to get the new game, and it's pretty likely they'll at least try the new game if they're going to get it. I think it's an awesome sort of model if they do go with this model. Obviously there are some people who might not like this model if they really only want to play vanilla. But come on guys, if you do want to play vanilla, you're obviously going to have to pay for it. It's not a private server anymore, and Blizzard's going to let you play it for cheaper than the main game. It is Blizzard after all. I can't see them doing it personally. They like their money, as any company do, so that's not something I can see, but like I say, I can see them including it with the main game, maybe costing even more, but probably just including it with the main game, and I'm really excited to see how that all plays out. I mean, look at this. This is the feature trailer. There are a lot of cool things coming in Battle for Azeroth that some vanilla players might like, such as the World PvP revamp, stuff like that. I just am quite surprised at how little they have mentioned it. I mean, look, even on MMO Champion, this is the only time it's announced, is this. That one line, it's not announced again. And that's because Blizzard didn't mention it again, because they are definitely not trying to hype this out. they definitely want the new expansion to come first, and that's understandable. But I am really excited about vanilla. Like I say, I will give it a try, see how it goes. Could even do some gold videos for you guys about vanilla gold making. That'll be fun, won't it? But I am, of course, more excited about how this impacts the new game. So what do you guys think? Do you think this will be good for the new game? Do you think this will split the player base? Do you think this will bring back a load of players? Do you think Blizzard are just not going to release this for like 2 expansions and everyone's going to get really annoyed at them? I can't see that happening. I think surely some point within the new expansion they will release it, but as for when, who knows. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.